Now, I bring up the Thursday night flex thing because the NFL is doing the classic NFL thing where they say something, but their actions would tell you otherwise.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah. Player safety matters.
Player safety, player safety, player safety, player safety, which gets us to the news of the week where Roger Goodell finally got pushed through this new kickoff rule. It looks like the kickoff is going the way of the dodo. So they're going to do this on a trial basis. And I know Andy Reid made headlines by saying, at the end of the day, we're just going to be playing flag football. Yeah, that's an extreme way of putting it. But essentially, the NFL looks at kickoffs as a way to cut down on concussions, a way to cut down on the traumatic events, the most violent of the most violent sequence of an already violent sport is the kickoff. All right. And we get to, Damar Hamlin and that discourse. The NFL will point out that 19 concussions occurred from kickoffs last year. So they're trying to get rid of this. But here's where I think it's a mistake. Ultimately, you cannot make football safe. I'm not saying you can't try to make football safe. And we've talked to
they've made football safer.
But you can't make it safe. You can try to come up with better helmet.
Made it safer.
Right. So like Kevin Guskowitz, who's a chancellor of North Carolina.
This was his idea. This was his number one idea for the NFL to get rid of kickoffs.
I feel like we got to talk to Kevin here in the upcoming days that we have now that we're in full summer content mode. But I get the line of thinking, but you do get to a point where you just have to be comfortable with what you're watching and some of the things that come with it. And that is a violent sport can lead to some violent injuries and some pretty catastrophic events. And the kickoff, removing the kickoff, I think is removing a key component of what makes football exciting. All right. Like, yes, Damar Hamlin. Yes, the cardiac arrest, the unicorn event. But what happens when you eliminate the kickoffs and you don't have Nyheim Hines in their next game running it back? Like, it's one of the most exciting plays in football. And you're going to take that out of the equation? I don't like it. I simply do not like it. And it's not from you're just turning it into flag football. No, you're taking away some of the big reasons why people love football in the first place. And a kickoff return is something that you cannot replicate in any other sport. It is wholly unique to football, and it's one of the most exciting things in the world. It's also one of the most gut-wrenching things in the world because I think of other kickoffs that have completely changed the tenor of games. I think of Devin Hester, Carter Finley Stadium, when Miami was in town for game day, and they completely silenced the building on that 100-whatever kickoff return. I hate it. I don't like this move.
Okay, you also have the Saints Colts in the Super Bowl, so we just gave three probably exceptions to the rule. The data is overwhelming that the sprinting down the field and colliding at full speed is the most dangerous play in the sport. Is it the most exciting play? It can be. Do I think it is? I do not think the kickoff is fundamental to the game, though. I don't. I like the proposal of it was 4th and 20 or 4th and 15. That if you convert it, it becomes the onside kick. I think that's a perfectly acceptable workaround for the onside kick. The kickoff itself, yes, and the data is we've already seen the number of kickoff returns go down based on where they're kicking off from. So that you've already reduced the number of those plays anyway. You've already reduced the impact, and then you have, I almost swore there. Then you have jerk faces like Bill Belichick who go, if we sky kick it, I could still get somebody's brain scrambled. I won't do it. You're a jerk face, okay?
Yeah.
That's you being a jerk face at that point. And that's why, because Guskowitz gave him all of this data, and then a jerk face like Belichick goes, yeah, but we could sky kick it now. I'm going to go get a lefty who could sky kick it. And it's like, why don't you use your powers for good? How about you win a football game without Tom Brady? How about you do something in your life without Tom Brady instead of inventing ways to get people concussed? Okay.